Welcome to NCSS Here for You. Since 1958, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been providing access to high-quality services which promote healthy living and emotional well-being to the residents of Franklin and Grand Isle counties. Over the years, as the needs of the community have changed, so too have the programs and services that we make available to assist children, adolescents, adults, families, and seniors. We take our role in the community seriously and strive to provide the highest quality services. According to Eric Erickson, a noted developmental psychologist, every person must pass through a series of 8 interrelated stages over the entire life cycle. NCSS provides a continuum of services to meet the needs of individuals who at any point seek assistance. NCSS's purpose is creating a stronger community, one person at a time. Now, let's get to today's show. I'm Joe Halko, Director of Community Relations for Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, and welcome to another episode of NCSS Here for You. This month, we're celebrating a couple of milestones. As you can tell, we're doing a remote broadcast, and we're doing that from the Champlain Country Club in Swanton, Vermont. It happens to be the 9th annual Community Partners Classic, which is a charity golf event that has 3 local organizing nonprofits. They are Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Northwestern Medical Center, and the Franklin Grand Isle United Way. We're also celebrating a couple of other milestones here today. Number one is this year is the 100th anniversary of the Country Club, which was started back in 1915, one of the oldest country clubs in the United States. And secondly, it happens to be NCSS Here for You, our 100th original episode. So it's quite a day here. It's a bit overcast right now and a little cool, but I'm told that the sun's going to be shining a little later, and the golfers are already out on the course as we just started our scramble event. And this is an event which has a flight of golfers in the morning, another flight in the afternoon, and a huge luncheon in between the two. We'll also have a special celebration with the Country Club to celebrate their 100th anniversary over the lunch hour, and there'll be many other things that you'll be able to see as we go through the course today. I'll be interviewing various individuals from organizations, sponsors, golfers, and volunteers, as well as talking to Club Pro Mike Swim. So I hope you enjoy this special edition as we celebrate several milestones from the Champlain Country Club in Swanton, Vermont. And we'll be back in just a moment. With me now, I have John Cassavan of Hackett Villeen McDonald, which is one of the supporting sponsors of this event and has been since its inception 9 years ago. John, thanks for being here, and can you just tell the viewers, why Hackett Villeen McDonald feels it's important to be involved?
Well, we're here to support 3 great organizations. The United Way, which is an organization that collaborates with a bunch of not-for-profits in our community trying to do good work moving the community forward, and obviously the two of the 3 premier healthcare organizations in our community that we think are really super important, and we're happy to be here supporting their good work that they do in our community to make us all healthier and happier.
Okay, thanks again, John, and have a great day on the course. I'm now joined by Jill Berry-Bowen, the CEO of Northwestern Medical Center, which is one of the 3 organizations that organize this event each year. Jill, it's great to have you here as always on a cool morning like this. And Jill, if you could just tell the viewers what this means to NMC and why it's important that these organizations do this event together.
Sure. Well, good morning, and it's great to have got everybody off to a great start. And, we do this together to really show the community the partnerships that we have in caring for the population here. It's interesting that this happened to bring us together 9 years ago with this tournament, and right now we're working even more collaboratively as we think about the care for patients. We're not just looking at it in isolation. We're looking at it in partnership of making sure the patient is getting a great experience across all of our organizations. So interesting that this tournament started collaboratively and now we're working more collaboratively together. So it's really been a good thing.
That is so true, and as always, Joel, it's great to have you here today, and enjoy the rest of the tournament. And certainly I know that all three of these organizations truly do work well together.
Yeah.
And I really believe, from a standpoint of when you look at the state of Vermont and you look at all the various organizations that cover certain regions of the state, that this part of the state has probably the best collaboration of anywhere in the state of Vermont.
You know, I so agree. As we work with the state of Vermont and we're part of the accountable care organizations, the statewide initiatives look to Franklin and Grand Isle counties and our communities, our health providers, because we are role modeling what they want to see across the state. It's really an awesome thing, and appreciate your partnership and what we do with NCSS as well. You help us take great care of our patients.
Well, it is all about the individual, and I think one of the exciting things is when we talk about integrated health care is the fact that you have to serve the whole person. And how do you do that effectively, efficiently, using all the resources that are available, and also trying to do it as cost effectively as possible to get the greatest outcomes. And I'm really excited by a lot of things that are going on, like the Rise Vermont as an example, which I know you just launched within the last month.
Yes, we did. Rise Vermont is another collaborative, actually, across the community. It does have healthcare providers, but it also has businesses. It has school systems involved, and it's about embracing healthy lifestyles. So as we're working together as a healthcare community to take care of the population, Rise Vermont is trying to prevent and really promote wellness as individuals, families, organizations, school systems, municipalities. If you go on the website, www.risevermont.com, you can see the different scorecards, and it will help you take the next step to rise up to a healthier lifestyle. We just kicked it off in Enosburg and North Hero and the St. Albans City School, where over 750 children got together to promote Rise Vermont. So it's for all ages, and I think we're really going to penetrate our communities. Why? Because it's things like this that we're doing today that brings us together, and it just snowballs, and there's just great energy across our communities.
Well, thanks again, Jill, and enjoy golfing this afternoon. I know you're going to be golfing. And again, thanks very much for being here and for all that you do for the community.
Thank you.
Now I'm with the club pro here at Champlain Country Club, Mike Swim. And Mike has been the pro here for quite a while. And the first thing I want to say to Mike is we're very appreciative of the fact that you allow our organizations to have this event annually for the past 9 years. I know that it's a big undertaking, and we certainly appreciate that. And also, I'd like you to talk a little bit about the excitement that goes around the fact that you're celebrating your 100th anniversary as a country club, and the fact that this is one of the oldest country clubs in the United States.
Well, real quickly, I mean, the Community Partners Classic Golf Tournament is one of the best tournaments, I think, in the state. The way that's run, or organization, and the volunteers they have, and where the money goes to is tremendous. And for us to host that is just it's a special treat for us. It takes a lot of work, but it gets done. And again, all that money staying around the Franklin County area is awesome. As far as the golf course goes for our 100th anniversary, I thought maybe you would, help me out a little bit since you've been around that long to give me some input. But no, 100th anniversary, to see a golf course that strived back during the war, that made it, that didn't fold, that didn't go under, thanks to the railroad, sort of saved us back in the day. But it's been a neat year. We've got the 100th anniversary celebration. We have the Vermont Amateur here this year, which is a special event. Not necessarily a golf course on the Vermont Amateur radar, but celebrating our 100th anniversary. It sort of shows that, hey, we've been around and we're actually in good enough shape and tough enough course to host something like that. So it's very special to be able to do those type of events. And then having, the history that we're going to do. We have some Leon Thompson from Freelance Writer is doing a book for us. We actually dug into our archives and found minutes and notes and agendas from 1917. Wow. Leather-bound binders that have a lot of history and a lot of data from the old days, which is really, really neat to see.
That is fantastic. Well, Mike, on behalf of the community partner organizations, I certainly once again want to extend a heartfelt thanks to you and your entire staff for all that you do each and every year for us, because I know it is a huge undertaking, and I can't think of a better guy or organization that would help us out on this event each and every year. So, again, want to really thank you and your staff.
Oh, thank you, Joe. And again, I know that the golf course itself, the board of directors and the members here really love having you guys, and it's a special tournament to us also. So it's a good working relationship.
Okay, well, thanks again, Mike. I know you've got a lot to do today. And now I have with me Board President Tina Mueller of the Franklin Grand Isle United Way, which, as you've learned in this program, is one of the 3 organizations that have collaborated to put on this partnership event for the past 9 years. Tina, welcome.
Joe, thank you for having us. It's a great day here. The sun's about to pop out of the clouds, and as part of the Franklin Grand Isle United Way, I'd really like to say that we're excited to be here today and looking forward to see some great golf. We're really excited about being part of this program and the collaboration between NMC and NCSS in the Franklin Grand Isle United Way, really looking out for the health of the community. The United Way works on 3 areas of impact to our community: health, education, and income. And it's really exciting to see how much support the community is pouring forward through this event, both financially and with their time and energies, to bring the health of the community to the forefront.
Okay, Tina, well, listen, it's really great to have you as one of the 3 organizations as well, and certainly the work that the Franklin Grand Isle United Way is incredibly impressive throughout the Stewart County area with all of those that they do help through the organizations that you fund.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back at the Champlain Country Club for the 9th Annual Community Partners Classic Charity Golf Tournament. And now we're on actually right off the green at the 3rd hole here at the partnership. And as you can see, there's a lot of volunteers that are involved in this event each and every year. And at this particular hole, we have 3. And we have 2 veterans and 1 newbie. So I want to introduce Bridget, Liza, and Megan. And I will let Liza speak on their behalf, but we'd just like to know how you're finding volunteering at this tournament each year, Liza.
We've really enjoyed coming out and supporting our agency, and also taking the opportunity to meet our community partners. And yeah. What you doing? Bridget.
And as you can see, they have a lot to say. So, Bridget, is there anything you'd like to say?
No, I agree with Liza that we really enjoyed coming out here and supporting NCSS and getting the chance to meet community partners and be out in the sun all day.
Okay, and Megan, I'll spare you because it's your first year, and I figure that perhaps you'd let your other 2 compadres here speak on your behalf. So once again, we're here at the 3rd hole right off the green, and as I said, this tournament would not be what it is without all of the volunteers each year. And typically, between the morning and afternoon flights, there's about 100 individuals that volunteer and handle all the various duties that are needed. On a hole like this, as an example, which is a hole-in-one as well as a betting hole, and there are many other volunteers spread across the course. So once again, we'll be back in just one moment.
How's the day going so far?
The day is wonderful.
Yep.
Everyone seems to be having fun.
Everyone is. Are you having fun?
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I've never been happier.
What's the best part about this day?
Best part of this day, actually, is that 3 organizations that do good work for this community come together, and it's an opportunity to raise the awareness of that good work through a lot of sponsorships and teams that come out to play. And it's just an opportunity to say thank you to them. Mm-hmm. And it's also a way just to raise awareness within the community, because I think a lot of times there's a misunderstanding that maybe organizations don't work together.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody doesn't know much about one of the 3 organizations that's involved. So it's just a good opportunity to express that.
Yeah. Well, that's how you create a good community.
That's right.
All right. Well, have fun today.
And you too.
All right.
And good to see both of you.
All right.
So
we'll
be careful on the cart paths here. You're going to go get a hot dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you'll have to weigh in on the quality of the hot dog.
Weigh in.
The first one was really good.
It was.
It satisfied my taste buds. Now I'm going to get a second one.
Okay. So repeat customer, that means it must have been good.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
All right. Enjoy.
Okay, take care.
Let us know if you need anything.
Okay. And with me I have Dan Thompson, who is the captain of the Sharon Hickey team. And Dan, it's really great to have you here this morning. And could you just tell the viewers a little bit about, why you're here and, the value of participating in this event?
Well, thanks, Joe. I'm here. This golf tournament's a great opportunity for the community to come together. I believe that Franklin County has done a great job in collaborating between its different service providers to work together and make sure that the community's needs are met. And this is a celebration of that. Where the whole community is represented here. There's a number of different generations. There's a number of different community sectors represented, and on this day, it just brings everyone together. It's a fantastic community event, and it makes me proud to be part of it.
Well, thanks, Dan. It's great to have you here, and, as always, have a great time on the course. I know you will.
We'll have fun. I can promise you that.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
Take care, Joe.
Okay, here we are, back at the Champlain Country Club for the 9th Annual Community Partners Classic. And we just had to track down Lori Casio because she refused to be interviewed. However, Lori is on the planning committee and is a vital part of ensuring that this event comes off appropriately each and every year. And we did not want the day to go by without having her on camera, even though she refused to be. As you can see, or can't see, she is on camera. So anyway, Lori, we just wanted to thank you for all that you've done, and I don't know if you have anything you'd like to say. You were a chatterbox just a moment ago, so...
That's because I wasn't on camera.
That's okay.
I've never liked being... I like
well,
being
it's like you're not
behind the camera.
It's like you're not on camera. It's like we're just talking at the golf course here.
Okay. Well, it's a great day.
It is.
It's turning out nicer. The sun's coming out.
It is.
And I've got the list all set for this afternoon, and I'm excited to say hello to everybody here.
There you go. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you at registration.
Yes, we will.
Okay. We're back at the Champlain Country Club in Swanton, Vermont at the 9th Annual Community Partners Classic. And with me now I have the Executive Director of Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, Ted Mabel. And Ted, welcome, first of all. And as one of the 3 organizations that puts on and organizes this event every year, if you can just tell us a little bit from your perspective.
Well, I think it's reminiscent of the history of how we got to the point where we are today. 18 years ago, each of the organizations had their own golf tournament, and there was some feeling about 9 years ago, the business community had just brought it to our attention. It was quite a heavy burden on them being asked by 3 organizations to participate every year. So out of that came the idea of consolidating and forming partnerships between the 3 organizations, which I think sort of lends a theme in terms of what you actually see in terms of the delivery of healthcare today, in which the whole integration movement and the partnering with one another, the partnerships, and hopefully in the future an even greater integration, will continue to provide high quality services to the residents of Franklin Grand Isle counties.
And I know that NCSS, which of course has worked very hard over the last 5 or 6 years on healthcare integration, has been very successful and has been a leader actually when you look at the state of Vermont and how we and our community partners are forming an alliance that's helping the outcomes of individuals.
That's right. I think healthcare, the delivery of healthcare in the future, in the near future, is going to be very different than it is today. And no one really knows what it's going to look like because we're kind of all going down a road together, not too sure how it's going to end up, but we do know that we want to move in the direction where we provide a higher quality care at less cost with increased access to our population. And we're working hard actually on a day-to-day basis across the state to make that happen.
Okay, Ted. Well, I want to thank you again for being here today, and everybody's looking forward to an afternoon of splendid golf.
Joe, and I want to thank you and Trish and all the volunteers that provide the leadership. This is people are not realizing it's a year-round initiative in terms of the work on your part, and certainly appreciate all that you've done. It turned out to be one of the, I think, premier golf tournaments every year.
Well, thanks, Ted, and certainly it's an effort again of both NCSS, Northwestern Medical Center, and the Franklin Grand Isle United Way, and members from each of those organizations that make this happen. And certainly this event would not be what it is if it wasn't for the 100 volunteers who give of their time throughout the course of the day as well.
All right, good afternoon. First off, let me say, how did the first round of golf go today? Are you in? Are you folks in from your first round of golf today? How'd that go? Awesome, great. Super. Well, the afternoon flight's going to be much more excited, I'm sure, because we got a little bit more sun going on. I would like to acknowledge our luncheon. So the restaurant and catering staff of Northwestern Medical Center have prepared that for you today, so enjoy that. Again, I'm Jill Berry-Bowen, the CEO of Northwestern Medical Center. Grateful to have you all out here, and with my partners, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services and their Franklin Grand Isle United Way. We want to thank you again for being here, but also we want to celebrate something very grand this year, and that is to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Champlain Country Club. We've been here for 9 years. They have been incredible hosts. And so we wanted to offer this cake cutting ceremony for the 100th year, celebrating this really jewel of a course that we have in this community. So here to celebrate, Mike Swim is, we all know Mike, right? Is the pro here. We love Mike. He's the spirit of this club. Yeah. Blanchard is the chair of the board of directors for the country club, and I'd also like to note there's many people that make this course success, but you know, what is a course without a great superintendent? So Al, I know you're out there, I can see you, so thank you, Al, as well. So we're going to cut the cake, but there's lots of cake, and you probably wonder why we're having cake today. It's a celebration for this club, so thank you for being part of it. So with that, we will cut this cake with this enormous knife. So
the joke now is I've seen Jill slice, so I'm staying away.
No, is that really fair? Yeah, but we can actually serve this up for these guys.
Oh, Mike needs a bigger piece than that.
This is like a wedding. I think I will feed it.
Yes.
After that comment.
It would probably go off to the right.
All right, we want these two guys to have the first pieces of cake. So congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now, before you go, we have one other thing. I think Joe Halko would like to say a few words.
Okay. Thank you, Jill. Okay, this was expected. Mike expected this. But we have one other thing we're going to do, because for those of you that are not aware, this past year, the theme of the Franklin Grand Isle campaign was superheroes. And as Lori ties the cape around Mike, what we want to do is present Mike with a superhero award. So, quite frankly, Mike, if you ever look like this, it'd be incredible. It's an Adonis. It's actually like Superman. But in all seriousness, Jill has already mentioned it. It's that, first of all, we've had 9 terrific years here. You and your staff are absolutely incredible. We never have you say no to anything. We may ask some bizarre things. We want to try this, we want to try that. You've always, always been there for us, and like I said, you and your staff both are to be commended for all the hard work that you put in each and every year, because I know this is not easy, because it's a full day event. So we want to thank you for that. Now, what does this say? It says Mike Swim, Community Partners Classic Superhero, Community Hero, not only this year, but every year, June 19th, 2015. And again, we cannot thank you and your staff enough for everything that you do for us.
All right, let's eat some cake.
We're back at the Champlain Country Club for the 9th Annual Community Partners Classic, and with me I have the Northwest Access Channel 15 and 16 team that's participating in the tournament this year, and we thank them for their participation. They're also a whole sponsor as well. And you probably recognize 3 of the 4 faces here from being on air, and of course they're going to turn around and do anything they can to dissuade me from interviewing them. But the best damn sports show in Franklin County, which has now, I believe, been airing for, is it over 13 years?
We're in our 14th season.
14th season, which is unbelievable. And it's amazing that these 3 gentlemen have been able to get along for any length of time. But we have Richard here, and also from Channel 15, a new addition who's a terrific, terrific production person. We have Paul, and then we also have Dave, and we have Rick. And again, I want to thank them for being involved in the tournament this year. Rick, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your team?
Well, it's an outstanding tournament. It's a gorgeous day. And just speaking in the hospital, the camera takes a look at me. If I don't lose any weight soon, I'll be up at the hospital as a patient quickly. So hopefully the cardiology department is really good.
Okay, Dave, do you want to add anything?
Can't beat that, thank you.
Paul?
How do you follow?
And Richard, to finish.
No, Joe, thanks for your considerable and fine presence on the local public access airways, but we can thank the Nighthawk for being here in the sunshine. They don't call that guy the Nighthawk for nothing.
You got that right.
Up all night. I don't know when he got up, maybe by late this morning, so he would not have considered being out here before noon. So thank you, Nighthawk, for an afternoon start time. But hey, you do a nice job on the airways. Nice to be here. Kudos to Swimmer over there and the partners, but it's a nice tourney that does a lot of good for this community.
Okay, guys. Well, we won't hold you up anymore. Enjoy your time on the course this afternoon.
And remember, Joe, we're in it to win it.
So this is going to do it from the Champlain Country Club today. As you can see, some of the final golfers are on the course taking advantage of this terrific day and this charity event. And it has really been a pleasure to talk to all the various individuals that we've had a chance to speak with. And as you can see, this event, which is in its 9th year, the Community Partners Classic, is an event that really is community-based, and certainly Northwestern Medical Center, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, and the Franklin Grand Isle United Way are indebted to all those who are sponsors and also team members who have given of their financial well-being, so to speak, to organizations that are very, very involved in the well-being of each and every individual that lives in either Franklin or Grand Isle counties. So once again, I want to thank everyone who was a guest today on the show. I'm Joe Halko, and I'll be back next month with another episode of NCSS Here for You. This has been another episode of NCSS Here for You. We hope that you found today's discussion informative and educational. Since 1958, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been providing access to high-quality services which promote healthy living and emotional well-being to the residents of Franklin and Grand Isle counties. Over the years, as the needs of the community have changed, so too have the programs and services that we make available to assist children, adolescents, adults, families, and seniors. Thanks once again for tuning in this month. NCSS's purpose remains creating a stronger community, one person at a time.